Politeenquires.
Last one.
All the stops are out. We've run out of phones and we're on computers. Knuckle Pandy says, it amazes me how Ryan Harris has managed to survive 2 tough series. Make that 3. Tough series. What is the update on his dodgy knees? They're magic.
Well, that or they smashed, and he's never going to walk again.
Both. Jerry Edwards says, can you say Faf du Plessis to Firdose so she can give us a ruling on pronunciation?
Wrong.
Yeah, well, we need the actual.
You need to leave off the S on the end.
Faf.
So Faf du Plessis.
Du Plessis. No, it's not as much fun.
Du Plessis, like a C.
Batting with Rhubarb says, was Australia's send-off too Faf? Too far? Or do they think they must play like that to get back to number 1? The Howley. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Look, he did call them a pack of dogs, so I thought it was quite cute, actually. I don't know if Faf would have enjoyed it, but it fit. They're obviously reading the papers, they know what's being said. These are all good signs. Cricketers are literate.
And they can howl. I think they don't like Faf, and he doesn't like them, and they said something. He said something, and then they howled at him. I hope that explains it all. Sriram says, if you co-relate political pressure and success, is Graeme Smith the best Test captain ever?
I don't know that we can classify it as political pressure. I think we need to classify it as troubled history, fractured country, massive segregation.
But still, it's political selection, which you don't get anywhere else I could think. You get dodgy selection in other places.
I think he handled it very well. And he also didn't handle it well on occasion. So that he lasted for 12 years, given the backdrop against which the South African team was operating. Yeah, he's a great Test captain.
Yeah, officially. Smokey Joe says, in DRS, why need enough evidence to overturn the decision? Why not make a new one once it's set upstairs? Well, they tried that, and I mean, let's not even get into whole DRS. It was weird, because there wasn't enough evidence to say his bat was off his handle, but his bat probably... his hand was off his handle. But his hand probably was off his handle. It's a weird thing. There's protocols involved, and, you know, we just don't have the protocol experience to protocol with you. Vivek says, do you think that Australia has the team to dominate cricket in the coming years on the subcontinent too? I mean, Ryan Harris can't walk at the moment.
Yes,
Mitchell Johnson's 32. Shane Watson, you know, it took him an hour to warm up for 1 over at one stage. Whether they go well on the subcontinent or not, we don't know. But what we do know is that they're old, so this is not a new era where they're going to necessarily dominate with this team. They might be building something. Oh, look, this got boring really quickly. Superpower!
And they won a series away from home. Celebrate.
Superpower. Umar Rana says, could South Africa... I don't like you reading over my shoulder.
Sorry. I'm a journalist, that's what we're trained to do.
That's a good point. Umar Rana says, could South Africa have given a better send-off to Smith? As over the years, Smith has been all about gutsy shows.
Yeah, maybe they could have drawn, but they didn't. And I think it was good enough. He said afterwards, I saw enough qualities in this team to know they can fight. They fought really hard. That's good enough.
Yeah, and I mean, the biggest disappointment was the crowd. But I think had there been a chance for South Africa winning today, I think the crowd would have come in as well.
People have to work, even in Cape Town.
No one works in Cape Town. Only restaurants. And that's at night. Maximus Aurelius says, would those couple of reversing full swinging deliveries from Ryan Harris to seal the deal out of this earth?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, just the fact that he could bowl was out of this earth.
Everything was out of this earth about him. Kashava Guha says, has Lion been called underrated so many times that he's now overrated?
Oh, maybe. It happens to South African spinners on occasion. Imran Tahir, Robin Peterson, everybody says they're no good, and they become good, and then people say they're very good. So maybe.
He had a bad test. I'm not massively worried about that. He'll be okay. Manny Maya says, moment of the series. Blood on the pitch, 2 flat middle stumps, Elgar's wicket, Warne sleeping, Clark Tunn, or Firdose. I know, I think he means, the questions that you...
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
It's got to be me. I mean, what else could it be?
It's just a really good series, isn't it?
It's been a great series and a great summer for, this is the last day of our summer, international summer here in South Africa, not counting the T20s.
Which we don't.
It's been a wonderful series to cover, and I've got a lot of grey hair because of it, and a lot of stress and emotion, I think.
And I'd like to thank everyone who sent a message in, or a polite inquiry, and that's what they called, aren't they? Anyone who sent a polite inquiry, and we answered as many as we could, yeah, but thank you very much for watching, listening, tweeting and everything. And now, just most importantly, just so that you all know, I'm not actually, this is her real height. I have done this the whole time. I just need you to know how creative I am as a cameraman. We'll see you soon.
Well, that was bloody gutsy. What, can you say bloody on the show?
We did. You just did, and you can.
Okay. I mean...
Bloody hell. Bloody gutsy.
Bloody gutsy.